That's how look Egypt cat. For Egypt cat, everything here is legal. Come cat and talk to me about Pharaoh. That's how we ride on the camels. I and my wife, and we in Sinai desert. My wife camel wants to eat or drink. And now we're back for our trip around Sinai desert. It's not that easy to get up from a camel. That's how look clearly a Red Sea. And she have red stone. Maybe red stones it's mean Red Sea. Let's go to snorkeling in Red Sea. Okay, we're ready to dive with my wife Albina. Let's go.
The Red Sea is a sea inlet of the Indian Ocean, lying between Africa and Asia. Its connection to the ocean is in the south, through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait and the Gulf of Aden. To its north lie the Sinai Peninsula, the Gulf of Aqaba, and the Gulf of Suez, leading to the Suez Canal. It is underlain by the Red Sea Rift, which is part of the Great Rift Valley. The Red Sea has a surface area of roughly 438,000 square kilometers, is about 2,250 kilometers long, and 355 kilometers wide at its widest point. It has an average depth of 490 meters, and in the central Suakin Trough, it reaches its maximum depth of 3,040 meters, 9,970 feet. Approximately 40% of the Red Sea is quite shallow at less than 100 meters deep, and about 25% is less than 50 meters deep. The extensive shallow shelves are noted for their marine life and corals. More than 1,000 invertebrate species and 200 types of soft and hard coral live in the sea. The Red Sea is the world's northernmost tropical sea and has been designated a global 200 ecoregion. The English term Red Sea is a direct translation of the ancient Greek Erythra thalassa. Red Sea has names in many languages of the region: Arabic, Al-Bahr al-Ahmar, Coptic, Fiom en-Ha, Tigrinya, Sheikh Bahri, Somali, Badakas, Afar, Kasabad Hebrew, Hayam Ha'adom, Hebrew, the name in Hebrew, Biblical Yam Suf, Hebrew, Sea of Reeds. The association of the Red Sea with the biblical account of the Israelites crossing the Red Sea is ancient, and was made explicit in the Septuagint translation of the book of Exodus from Hebrew to Koine Greek in approximately the 3rd century BC. In that version, the Yam Suf is translated as Erythra thalassa, Red Sea. The Red Sea is between arid land, desert, and semi-desert. Reef systems are better developed along the Red Sea mainly because of its greater depths and an efficient water circulation pattern. The Red Sea water mass exchanges its water with the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean via the Gulf of Aden. These physical factors reduce the effect of high salinity caused by evaporation in the north and relatively hot water in the south. The climate of the Red Sea is the result of two monsoon seasons, a northeasterly monsoon and a southwesterly monsoon. Monsoon winds occur because of differential heating between the land and the sea. Very high surface temperatures and high salinities make this one of the warmest and saltiest bodies of seawater in the world. The average surface water temperature of the Red Sea during the summer is about 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, in the north, and 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, in the south, with only about 2 degrees Celsius, 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, variation during the winter months. The overall average water temperature is 22 degrees Celsius.
How your name, brother? How your name? Alan. Alan? Alan. Alan. Okay.
The Colored Canyon is a canyon located in the southeast of the Sinai Peninsula, on the Et Ti Plateau in the Sinai Mountains, northwest of the city of Nuweiba, South Sinai Governorate, Egypt. The canyon is named for its multicolored sandstone cliffs, from white to bright red, with inclusions of granite, cobalt, copper, and ancient corals. The color of the rocks in some places is very bright, with a prismatic metallic sheen. In other places, the color of the stone is very soft and gentle. The sandstones that make up the canyon are painted in various colors: red, pink, yellow, gray, purple, white.
We rode in an old Toyota Land Cruiser. It's perfect car for desert. These cars are very reliable. And now we see Colored Canyon. Our Egypt guide speaks in Russian. Now we're walking in the canyon and looking how it's beautiful, how it's colored, and we are very happy. A lot of red and brown colors. And how it's look around. It's a canyon sound. Here is the sun. everywhere red color. There used to be water here. We see here green bushes here, and they need water. And here is nice view. Before I think here waterfall. Now you see it my wife. She looks great in canyon. And we go back couple minutes and we're back. And here we go back because it's evening and sun go down. And we want to go back in our 5 stars hotel before when we close it. Of course I'm joking, 5 stars hotels never closing, but who's know? It's hard to be climbing when my hands busy. We buy water for drink, but here it's not hot. Weather here is perfect, and we don't want to drink. Better we live with water for animals, or for bush, or trees. We're still happy for this weather. It's perfect.
The canyon is a naturally formed, most likely as a result of an earthquake, giant crack in the sandy cliffs, a well-preserved ancient seabed. For several centuries, water and wind have carved a depression in the red sandstone. During the rains, it rains on average 4 times a year. The canyon, which usually dries up during the year, is flooded with water. Then the water flows into the Wadi, a drying river, Wadi Watir. The length of the colored canyon is 5 kilometers. The height is 25 to 30 meters. The width is from 2 to 10 meters. From the asphalt road to the canyon is about 15 kilometers. Near the colored canyon is Mount Gebel El Berka, and to the west of the colored is the White Canyon. Its bottom is strewn with fine light sand. Further on, the passage becomes so narrow that its width is barely enough for only one person. The stone of the walls gradually changes. Over the layers of stone of different colors, shapes, and thicknesses, erosion has worked for thousands of years.
That's how looks sky from our 5 stars hotel. It's a beautiful red and blue color. I asked my wife, can you drive with quadricycle? She agreed to drive and we go. I ride with my wife to diving because I want to find something interesting on the water and show for you something like shell or beautiful fish. And look at that, I found shell. It's amazing. It's a very big, huge, beautiful shell. He is talking for us. Listen, it's a sea sound.
The Red Sea is a rich and diverse ecosystem. For example, more than 1,200 fish species have been recorded in the Red Sea, of which 10% are endemic, found nowhere else. Since the opening of the Suez Canal in November 1869, over 1,000 marine species from the Red Sea, from plankton, seaweeds, invertebrates to fishes, have migrated northward and settled in the Mediterranean Sea, to the point that a number of them now form a significant component of the Mediterranean ecosystem. The resulting change in biodiversity, without precedent in human memory, is currently accelerating, in particular for fishes according to surveys engaged by the Mediterranean Science Commission. The rich diversity of the Red Sea is in part due to the 2,000 kilometers of coral reef extending along its coastline. These fringing reefs are 5,000 to 7,000 years old and are largely formed of stony acropora and porous corals. The reefs form platforms and sometimes lagoons along the coast, and occasional other features such as cylinders, such as the Blue Hole. The Red Sea also hosts many offshore reefs, including several true atolls. Many of the unusual offshore reef formations defy classic Darwinian coral reef classification schemes and are generally attributed to the high levels of tectonic activity that characterize the area. Both offshore and coastal reefs are visited by pelagic species of fish, including many of the 44 recorded species of shark, and by many species, over 175, of nudibranch, many of which are endemic to the Red Sea. Other coastal Red Sea habitats include seagrass beds, salt pans, mangrove, and salt marsh. Furthermore, the deep Red Sea brine pools have been extensively studied with regard to their microbial life, characterized by its diversity and adaptation to extreme environments. The high marine biodiversity of the area is recognized by the Egyptian government, which set up the Ras Mohammed National Park in 1983. The rules and regulations governing this area protect local marine life, which has become a major draw for diving enthusiasts who should be aware that although most Red Sea species are innocuous, a few are hazardous to humans. There is extensive demand for desalinated water to meet the needs of the population and the industries along the Red Sea. There are at least 18 desalination plants along the Red Sea coast of Saudi Arabia, which discharge warm brine and treatment chemicals, chlorine and antiscalants, that bleach and kill corals and cause diseases in the fish. This is only localized, but it may intensify with time and profoundly impact the fishing industry. The Red Sea became a popular destination for diving after the expeditions of Hans Haas in the 1950s, and later by Jacques-Yves Cousteau. Popular tourist resorts in Egypt, Hurghada, Marsa Alam, and Sharm el-Sheikh.
Now we ride with taxi to Catholic Church. Now we arrive in Rome Catholic Church. It's very interesting because it's some very interesting on the church. It's amazing. It's like baptism. Very unusual, but a lot of security with gun around church. Now we go in another church, is Egyptian Coptic Church. Also around security with police and soldiers. We had to go through metal detectors, but we don't have guns. I think they afraid radical people who think differently. Coptic church in Egypt, very big, very huge, and very beautiful. Around everything is clear. We see small hotel near, different shops with food, with souvenir, and everything is perfect. Today is Sunday, and inside the church a lot of Egyptian Copts. These people not afraid to profess their religion.
يا ملاك الذبيحة الطاهر الرب يستسلم اسكن أمام الرب يغفر الخطايا
Очень
فنسبح
много Church of people. Here we see 10 God commandments. They write on different language, Arabic, English, German, Russian. You need to have one God, not kill, not steal, not lie. Here is a police car for our convoy.